Good evening, friends. Stephen Benoon with Israeli News Live. And as you're seeing on your screen here, anthrax outbreak in central China prompts travel advisory in Russia. 2018 article. Of course, we're in 2021, 3 years later. But you know what's very concerning? The Chinese have plans for a biological attack on the United States. At least this is what we're being told. We don't know for sure if this will actually materialize, but there is very much concern by the U.S. government that the Chinese very much will carry out a biological attack, a war on the U.S., and anthrax may be the very choice of biological weapon against this country. And not only that, the Chinese have already begun to do a war against this nation. And that war is coming about the Haitians on our southern border. Yeah, believe it or not, we have Haitians that are on the Mexican-U.S. border. Why Haitians, you might ask? They're from Haiti. How did they get to Mexico? What I'm being told, they actually got there by the Chinese. And of course, the Chinese didn't just bring them there just to drop them off to have a cupcake walk or a birthday party on our border, but rather I've been told that they were infected with a virus that'll make the coronavirus look like it was nothing but a little tiny flu bug that came along. That they've been infected with virus, not just one virus, but multiple viruses that are far more deadly and that will spread disease in this country like never before. We're in for a very serious problems in the not so distant future. Also, La Palma. This will be something I'll be talking about in the next day or so, too. I'll be wanting to share with you there. There's differing opinions in the White House right now over La Palma. The official narrative is that what's going to happen is not going to really affect the eastern coast of the United States. However, scientists are believing that there will be some collapse of the island as a result of all this activity and seismic activity and volcanic activity, but that instead it'll only affect Europe and the North African continent. But as far as the United States goes, we will end up not being affected by it at all. That's the official narrative. However, I was told the unofficial narrative, and it's coming from, as it was told to me, the old timers, is that there is a huge amount of magma, lava underneath that particular island right there, and that there is still a strong belief, unofficially that is, that there's going to be a break off of the island that will be significant enough that will cause a tsunami that, yes, indeed, would infect the eastern coast of the United States. Whether that'll happen or not, I don't know which case to believe. It's kind of like the asteroid situation. We're told that there are two coming that will affect the United States, but yet at the same time, the government is working on trying to break those up. And I am still being told that more and more they're breaking up more of these asteroids as they go. And yet we may get good news that the ones that are supposed to come in late November, they may successfully bump out of the way or even destroy. However, I still have not got an update as to whether or not that has happened as of yet or not. But I am optimistic that they will be able to do it. But somewhere along the way, something is just not going to go good. Because we have to remember, after all, Jesus did say the sea would be a roaring. So something's got to cause a tidal wave. Now, Jesus never said it's going to hit the United States, but he did say the sea would be a roaring. We find these things in Matthew 24. Remember, earthquakes in diverse places, nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Remember those different things, calamities that are supposed to hit the earth, not to mention about the Nephilims also, their rise back again, because Jesus said, as it was in the days of Noah, so will it be in the coming of the Son of Man. They were eating and drinking and giving in marriage. Yeah, just like we were sharing with you the biblical passages of Matthew 10 and Matthew 7, where it talked about the shining ones. One, they were in the false prophets as well as in human beings. Yeah, that pretty much is what Jesus said was going to happen. At any rate, we're just getting ready for that great day. and getting ready to leave this world behind and be with our Master and King, the Lord Jesus Christ. While the rest of the world will embrace a new Antichrist. And by the way, I'll be sharing with you there on our Patreon channel, going to be sharing about the technology that we have. Believe it or not, technology that they can put and inject thoughts in the human mind. No, not the aliens doing it. The Americans have that technology, and they can do it in groups and masses. Going to be sharing that with you, as well as the Jurassic Park Island. There's a real one that exists. And oddly enough, they had a couple of dinosaurs escape. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. Don't forget to check out Israeli News Live on Patreon, where we share a lot of interesting things, not critical per se, but interesting things that many people just find fascinating. I find it fascinating myself. Anyway, good afternoon.